This 7'3" Zach Edey build will have you post hooking from anywhere on the court. Zach Edey's been taking March Madness by storm, so you already know we had to get him in 2K. This post score will have you playing exactly like the Purdue star. Yo, we are back, and today I'm dropping my Zach Edey build, my 7'3" max wingspan post scorer build. This dude's been an absolute March Madness phenom, so you know we had to make a build to replicate him in 2K. Not wasting your time today. Before we get started, drop a like, drop a sub, turn the notifications on, and without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, starting out with the height, weight, wingspan, we're gonna go position center, height 7'3", weight at 290, which is max. You wanna be able to push people around. He's a super strong dude, so I wanted to make sure this build showed that. And then an 8'1" wingspan, which is also maxed. If you wanna be extremely dominant, this is what you wanna go with. This build is crazy, throwing people around, dunking on people. Once it has the ball in the post, it really cannot be stopped. So make sure you copy these physicals and let's get right into the attributes. All right, starting out with the finishing attributes here, we're gonna get a 93 close shot, a 90 standing dunk, and a 92 post control. These attributes are gonna give us some insane finishing badges. We're gonna get gold fast twitch, gold masher, Hall of Fame hook specialist, Hall of Fame post fade phenom, Hall of Fame pro touch for those post hooks, gold precision dunker, gold drop stepper, gold unpluckable, and Hall of Fame back down punisher to finish it off. This build is going to play a ton back to the basket, and it's extremely dominant in the post. I haven't had a build with this high of finishing attributes all year, and let me tell you, it is extremely fun. Might be a little toxic throwing them out of the way, but you're going to be able to push them out of bounds and score on them every single time. The driving layup and driving dunk are really low, but honestly, you're not going to need that on this build. This build's going to be posting up, drop stepping, post hooking. It's not going to be a build that's running in and throwing down LeBron James dunks or shooting a bunch of floaters, but honestly, you don't need that on this build. And if that's what you're going for, then this might not be the build for you. All right, you see how dominant the finishing is? Let's check out the shooting. All right, on to the shooting. This is going to be pretty quick and easy. 78 mid-range shot. This is going to help with a lot of the post fades, mid-range fades, anything when you're fading out of the post. The mid-range attribute is super important in being a good post scorer, so make sure you get that up. 39 three-pointers. Zach Edey does not shoot three-pointers. 3-point rating on a 7'3" max wingspan center isn't that important anyways. Honestly, that's not what you're trying to do on this build, so don't worry about getting that up at all. And then a 79 free throw. You know Zach Edey's knocking down his free throws, so we got to get that up. 79 is more than enough to hit super consistently. Pretty straightforward with the shooting. Let's get on to the playmaking. All right, on to the playmaking. We're going to go with a 70 pass accuracy. The only thing you're really going to need in playmaking is this pass accuracy to be able to pass out of the post. Like I've said, if you watch any of my other build videos, 70 pass accuracy is all you're really going to need this year. You're still going to be passing it pretty quick. 42 ball handle, just came up with something else I upgraded, so don't worry about that. This is not a center build you're going to be dribbling on. This is not a center build you're going to be isoing on. All you need to upgrade on playmaking is pass accuracy to 70, and you're going to be set. If you're going to be playing on this build in the rec, though, you might want to switch this up a little bit, maybe drop a couple attributes, get the pass accuracy up just so you can throw those long court passes. But if you're going to do that, 77 or 84 is more than enough for that. And the only instance you'd need to do that is if you're playing fives on this build. Playmaking super straightforward. Let's get on to the defense. All right, starting out for defense, the stats look pretty average across the board, but you have to remember this build is 7'3". An 86 offensive rebound and 83 defensive rebound is a lot different on a 7'3" build than it is on anything smaller. You have a max wingspan, you're going to be snagging boards over everybody. 77 block, again, you're gigantic. You're going to be blocking everything in the paint. And then a 77 interior, if you're playing hands up, you're going to be getting stops on anybody trying to score on you in the paint. If you know what you're doing on defense, these stats are more than enough to get stop after stop. And the insanely overpowered offense on this build definitely makes up for anywhere that lacks on defense. As far as perimeter and steal, you're 7'3", you're not going to be moving that fast anyways. Don't worry about upgrading those, because they only get to about 50 anyways, and 50 is not going to help you any more than 0 is. Trust me on this build is very solid on defense. These stats don't show how good it really is. That's going to wrap it up for the defense. Let's get on to the physicals. Again, starting out with speed and acceleration, you're huge. You're going to be really strong, but you're not going to need that speed and acceleration because you're going to be slow either way. There's no point in upgrading it all. And trying to make this as close to Zach Edey as possible. He's not very slow or explosive in real life. But we did make sure to get that strength up to a 90. You know we're going to want to be pushing people around. And you need that 90 strength to be able to get all of those finishing badges that we talked about earlier. 90 strength on a max weight, height, wingspan build is absolutely crazy this year. If you do any kind of post move, you're just throwing people out of the way. You could definitely go higher on this if you wanted to, but 90 with all the other attributes is very good. We went this 60 vertical just to get some of those standing dunk animations. With this 90 standing dunk, you're going to want to make sure you get as many possible animations as you can, but you're going to be dunking that thing every time either way. 87 stamina, we just went ahead and maxed that out. It's as high as we could go. but you're not going to be sprinting around or dribbling, so you shouldn't have to worry about running out of stamina anyways. That's going to do it for the physicals. Let's get on to the build name and comparisons. All right, for the build name, we're going to be an inside the arc finisher, and we get a Yao Ming comparison. This build is absolutely insane and plays exactly like Zach Edey. You're going to have a ton of fun if you make this one. That's going to wrap it up for the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.